Whoa, someone's finally joined this. So, as per usual, you have any questions for me, any of that type of thing? Ask away. Some I will answer, some I'm not. I'm just kind of bored, and I said, sure, look it. I didn't have work today, so yeah, might as well, you know, talk to a phone. And I suppose a human being is on the other side, or maybe it's a robo. It's 2026. Yeah, but how are you anyway? I don't know if this makes any sense. Like at the current moment, I feel the most alive I've ever felt, but I've also felt the most hollow. And my best friend, my rock, has just sent me a voice memo. So, could my fave join this live stream? Yeah, one of these days I need to get him on a fucking live stream or something with me. Fucking class. That'd be fucking class, man. And what am I spraying? I'm spraying a fucking super value. Sol de Janeiro, that perfume, it's body mist or whatever. It's a knockoff of that. Sometimes I just like look at myself speak and look at my eyes and be like, I look actually fucking insane. You know? Whew. If Yeah, so if you want to drop questions, anything like that, absolutely go ahead. And yeah, this I say it's just gonna be like a chill one. Hopefully there's no one trying to dox me this time. You know, eh, you never fucking know. But now that we get on the topic, just by looking there, so the can's a bit squished, so I don't even know if I'm gonna get my 15 cent for it. But fucking Celsius is really good. As an absolute caffeine addict. Like you should know this by now. I think Celsius is really good. I think my favorite flavor is peach wave. Celsius. Like obviously the like hello. So like obviously I absolutely love Monster Energy. I dabble in Red Bull here and there, but like to be honest with you, hiya, like a fucking crisp Red Bull, that's always gonna be decent. you know. But like, strange enough, fucking Celsius, I had an absolute addiction there. Like I see this one. To be honest with you, I had that bone bought for me, so that's why that's the fucking flavor. Hello to all the peeps. But fucking peach wave, peach fucking wave, or cosmic from fucking Celsius, absolutely fucking like, was my heart like borderline? Was I borderline about to have an anxiety attack? Absolutely, because it's very fucking high caffeine. Or I don't know if they're lacing putting liquid fucking crack into it or whatever, but fucking Celsius heat's different. But then my wife, whoa, whoa, I didn't accept. No, no, I never signed any legal papers. Okay, no. I was gonna say only jokes, but yeah, I am in fact not married, which I don't know if that's a crazy take. You a boy? I mean, lads, it's 2026. I could be they, I could be them, I could be them. It's 2026. That's all I'm saying. Female, male, fucking other, God only knows. But sure, look, I accept it all. I don't really give a shit what people do in their free time. Yeah. Hello to all the people that fucking said. See, when I was talking about my fucking caffeinated energy drinks, the views they were very high because everyone's just so interested in my caffeine addiction. It's like almost like not a personality trait of mine. Yeah. Hiya. But yeah, I really recommend Celsius. What do you think about 2027? I mean, we're not exactly there yet. I think the years are just way we divide up time, but the reality is most of the stuff about our lives, they're all just categories people many years before us put on stuff. Like, do you know the way we know colors? Like we know fucking colors, and it's the type of thing we know orange, blue. Like But the reality is that's a category we put on something. Is there actually any orange? Or if something is a slightly different shade, is that still orange? You know, I'm already 2034 dummy. Whoa. Don't be abusing the fellow commenters. Whoa. Whoa. That's some hostile energy, okay? We're like the 1960s hippies, okay? Love, peace, and good vibes, okay? Do you know the worst part is? I make myself laugh the most, and generally speaking, like if I had just like a fucking doppelganger, if I had someone like just a duplicate of myself, I would be so fucking happy. And maybe that's why people think I'm narcissistic. But like, I honestly love myself so fucking much. Like, I don't necessarily think I'm better than anyone. I mean, unless I actually am better than them. As in, I think it's a safe enough statement to say I'm better than pedophiles or rapists. I think that's a very fucking safe statement. You don't love me. Well, like, not to be fucking rude, but I don't know you, so obviously I don't love you. Like, Jesus Christ. It's like almost like saying, like, oh my God, Nisha's tired today, and oh my God, Nisha would love a fucking monster right now. Like some stuff we already know that there's no need to say that. Like, what drink do you like? Okay, so monster, this is so, okay, this is the most fucking uh basic tier, right? But I feel like universally speaking, a white monster is always a safe bet. But I think Ultra Paradise, that fucking lime one, the like fucking like nuggy fucking lime green. I think that's the best monster. I think Pipeline Punch would have to be my third. With Red Bull, a Red Bull original, or like that yellow. Oh, actually, no, I take that back. It has to be Red Bull cherry. It's like the Sakura cherry or something like that. The white one. But like you have to make sure it's the cherry one. Because we ain't fucking with some no coconut around here. Like none fucking coconut drinks or none of that shit. Fuck that. We ain't doing that. And then Celsius has to be Peach Wave number 1 and Celsius Cosmic number 2. Okay. Hi to whoever just said hi there. Hiya. You are British. I mean, not necessarily, but I can see the debate about it. If you said that to a lot of Irish people, they'd probably go absolutely fucking ballistic. But hey, I'm just a chill guy. Yeah. Coffee is nice though. I hate to say that I actually do like coffee. Oh, thank you, Maddie Rose. Oh, Maddie Ross. Fuck it. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, see, I actually fucking, I can actually accept that compliment again called pretty because I think that's a woman who said that to me. Because that's actually sweet. Oh, you're pretty. Like, I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that, girl. Fenian. Well, I don't know what Fenian is, but honestly, I think that means like barbaric or something like that. So if any of you want to give me a fucking Oxford definition in the comments, I'd really appreciate it. But then, like, at the same time, does what I get described on as here actually affect my self-esteem? Not really, because, hey, what is that necklace? To be honest with you, I'm gonna keep it so fucking frail. I think you do know what a Fenian is, you think. I actually don't have a clue what a Fenian is. I genuinely actually don't have a clue. Is that like a ferret or some shit? Hi, how are you? To be honest, I'm just kind of bored, but no, today has been really good. Your accent is too good, lol. I actually appreciate that. Fuck yeah. Like a lot of people, they say they can't understand me over my accent. I was like, okay, fuck it. But to be fair, that's just kind of Irish. Like that's kind of like regular people listening to fucking Irish people. And once again, thank you to Maddie Rose. You're the best girl. Yeah. So I suppose I'm gonna reverse the question. How are ye? What have you been doing with your lives to end up on this live stream? What life decisions have led you to this point? Or lack thereof, what lack of action has led you to this point? You look so good, but why are why you're so rude? I actually don't think I'm that rude. Maybe I think I'm just very sarcastic. Maybe I am a bit. Maybe I am rude. I don't mean to be though. Yeah, no. To be honest, actually, now that you say it, I actually think I am rude sometimes. Yeah, my bad. I actually don't. I don't mean to be a dickhead. It just kind of happens. I feel like that's the kind of the same argument. Like, oh yeah, I cheat on you, but like, oh, she just fell on top of me. Like, I feel like that's the same type of excuse. But hey, I ain't shit either. So I'm a dickhead. Are you a morning person or a night person? Oh, I'm definitely a night person. Like, see, it's this type of thing where it's like I can go both ways. Like I used fucking wake up so early. Like I generally used to wake up at 4 a.m. every day religiously. And every time I said that to someone, they'd be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And honestly, I kind of agree with that. But it's the type of thing where it's like I much prefer the night because it's the absolute silence of night, which is what I really like. What I really like. But then at the same time, if you flip that, if you wake up so early in the morning, it almost feels like night, but then you're fucking well refreshed with sleep. So I definitely am a night person, but if I'm waking up at like 4 a.m. with sleep, I prefer that experience. But let's be honest, who the fuck's gonna do that in 2026? Not me. Sorry, my nine sister walked in. Hey, listen. Why does your room look as though you're on a terminal illness ward? Are you on a pill to care, or do you constantly look like you're dying, Fenian? Well, see, the thing is, I have the assumption that you're a necrophiliac because I'm a baddie, bro. So, hey, listen, if you're into dead people, I get it. No judgment out here. Hey, but whatever you're into, you know. Um, to answer your question, my fucking bed frame's just white, like it ain't that deep. This woman is great crack. I'm more like actually just need a psych ward visit. So but hey, that makes for great humor. Even if ye are laughing at me, you know, my experience as a child, everyone just laughed at me instead of with me, but I thought they were laughing with me because I'm autistic. Hey, I'm self-aware though. I'm just a chill guy, you know. I swear to God, as soon as I get off this, I'm gonna actually look up what fucking Fenian is. You know, my iPad doesn't like. Yeah. Bye bye, girl. Yeah. Like, honestly, I don't even think you understand how much I appreciate my female viewers. Like, generally speaking, I love them so much because, like, I don't know why, but most of my viewers are men, and it's like a full on fucking sausage fest. So it's like when I do have a female viewer, I'm like, oh thank fucking God, because like it's the type of thing where it's like, hey, you got girl code supporting the girlies and all that shit. Yeah, crazy how life goes. Yeah. Hey, but at the end of the day, I do appreciate all you, like, especially, well, if you're not a fucking weirdo or nonce, yeah, I really do appreciate, well, yeah, I appreciate you if you're a decent human being. And if you're not, well, I don't really know you, so it doesn't really affect me, like, but sure, look, for the people around you, probably be a decent human being. That's making the assumption that you have people around you. Well, there's someone here that's probably like absolutely cripplingly lonely, and that's why they watch me, so they feel like they have some sense of company. Maybe I just need to stop speaking sometimes. Maybe I just need to stop speaking. No, but like, see, the type of thing is like, especially when I was really depressed and when I was really lonely, I was never into live streams or anything like that. But I would watch so many YouTubers because it would kind of make me feel like it didn't make me feel like I was talking to someone because I wasn't that bloody delusional. But it kind of like helped a bit of loneliness, because it was kind of like, oh, this is someone I can kind of relate to. I like them. I like watching them for hours. And this kind of distracts me from how cripplingly lonely I am. My girlfriend is ignoring me right now. Can you just shout? Listen, man. I don't want nothing to do with your fucking love life, dude. Okay, I'm happy you have a girlfriend, but hey, if she is ignoring you, go deal with that shit yourself. Sorry, my guy. I'm sorry, okay? But for fuck's sake, well, hey, listen. I mean, I'll send you my Revolut. If you send me money, I'll fucking do it. I'll fucking yell it, no bother. But hey, you're asking me, like, see, I don't know what that means. For all I know, those could be that could be fucking brainwashed and I get caught and clipped. Like, I'm not, if I'm gonna risk some shit like that, I better get paid for it. Hey, listen, this is a capitalist society, okay? And, even with how I don't want to be part of a capitalist society, don't watching World Cup. So I assume they're basically like, well, like they're basically asking me why aren't I watching the World Cup? You know. To be honest, with you, I just don't watch sports at all. Hey, listen, I respect it or whatever, but that ain't my thing. I'm lonely and it's half time in the football, so I'll chill with you for a bit. That's so fair. Yeah. Hey, there's not wrong with being lonely. I do think it's better to be lonely than to be in shitty company a lot of the time. You know? And it's the type of thing where it's like you can be with people, but you can still feel lonely, because if they don't truly know you or if they're just like fucking shallow cunts, like, then yeah. So like are a lot of you watching the fucking World Cup at the moment, like and like I bought this fucking fabric freshener and I'm trying to get it to work, like, but like I can't get it to fucking spray like, so that's a bit annoying. Yeah, maybe I bought one that was fucked up. Whoa. Yeah, bro, why the fuck aren't you fucking hello. Yeah. I think this is around the fifth time you said hi. Like, let me continue on the conversation. How are you? Oh my god. What's my opinion, God? I'm not personally religious, but hey, listen, if religion is what makes you a decent person, I fuck with it. I don't. I think religion has done great for many people. I also do think it has been used for bad in history and does get used for bad today. But you know what? If religion is what makes you a better person, I fuck with that. I respect that a lot. And I would never be the type of person who will disrespect any religion. I don't care if it's fucking Christianity, Islam, Judaism, fucking Hinduism. I don't give a fuck what it is. I respect a lot of them. You know. Do I necessarily believe in a God myself? To be honest with you, I don't. But I wouldn't be one of those people who would care that much either. Like I wouldn't be one of those people who'd be like, "Oh my god, here are the 10 reasons why God doesn't exist." Like, it's just something I didn't grow up with, and it isn't something I think a lot about necessarily. But I respect it. I respect the good it has done, but I also acknowledge the bad it has led to in society. But then at the end of the day, it's merely people with free will who use religion in bad ways and who continue to use it in bad ways. You know? Whew. Yeah. But then I find it interesting how a lot of people they're like, oh, I'm Christian, especially like I'm just going to use Christianity for example because that's probably the main religion in Ireland. Like people will be like, oh, I'm Christian, but then they'll like follow practices that obviously go against Christianity. Um. Okay. Next question. What's your opinion on the Illuminati? Turns out I don't necessarily have one. Like I know there's a big thing back in fucking like 2017, 2018. Oh, the Illuminati and Shane Dawson, all that shit. But would I believe in the Illuminati? No, but do I trust any governments in this world? Absolutely the fuck not. I don't actually believe in Illuminati, but I don't trust governments either. If that makes any sense. You know, like when you think about this, like all the governments are basically tapped into our phone. They're like, quote unquote, we're not using your microphone, but they're listening to us. Everything that's like recommended to you on your For You pages and stuff like that, especially like TikTok and stuff like that. It's also just to distract you from the actual problems in your life, and it's all just to make you a fucking cash cow and kind of go along with this fucking capitalist society, really. So I don't believe in the Illuminati necessarily, but then I wouldn't trust I wouldn't trust any government either. Like obviously, like I don't want to delve into the whole Epstein thing at all, or the whole Diddy thing at all. Like I don't want to fucking delve into that at all. But it's just the fact, like, what Diddy got like a couple of months in prison. You know, fucking Epstein. How long did he get away with everything? Like the fact on the Epstein files that like the amount of redactions, stuff that was covered, they didn't even properly protect the fucking victims' identities. But suddenly the fucking predators, they got redacted. Their privacy was hidden. Fucking madness. Hey, if you have enough money in this society, you'll get away with fucking anything. And you know what? Another opinion I do have: if you abuse kids, but they're your own, you'll absolutely get away with it. And people will be like, see, the thing is, right? A lot of people, they base their morals off laws and stuff like that. But then at the same time, like I heavily disagree with that. Like obviously there is laws I agree with. Like rape, obviously there should be consequences for stuff like that. Obviously there should be consequences for pedophilia. Like obviously stealing, I think there's ethical issues with that and stuff like that. But like hypothetically speaking, I'm going to use my situation as the example. My mum got away with everything she did to me and my sisters. And there was a load on that I will never publicly talk about. But if I had killed her, I would end up in jail. And I knew that for a fact, so that's the only reason why that woman is still alive, which we'll look at. What's my favourite movie? Okay. I actually don't like movies. I don't really like. See, I do have an answer. I actually have two answers, but I don't want to say my answer. Okay, so my favorite movie, The Pursuit of Happiness. Yeah, so I'd say probably The Pursuit of Happiness, or like My Fault London. But that's like the second one's like such a like a stereotypical female answer, like a romance. So what the fuck you watched? I really like TV shows. Like I don't like films for the pure fact they're like I want to be attached to a character, and if the film, like most films are stereotypically, the most they'll ever fucking be is like 3-4 hours. So that's why I don't really like films like that, but that's why I get really invested into TV shows. Okay, so this is a TV show I know absolutely none of you right now will willingly watch, but I eat, breathe, and sleep UK Shameless. I love it. It has to be the UK, but I watched like one season or a couple of seasons, the US one. Not my thing. That UK one, I watched all 11 seasons. All 11. You from? Yeah, I'm Irish. But it just perfectly depicts, fucking shows the council life thing. Counts. Oh, hi, Have. Hello, Nisha. What about books? Are you reading anything right now? Okay, so I have a bit of a confession. People take me for someone who does read, and to be honest with you, I would love to be someone who reads, but it's, to be honest with you, I don't have the attention span for that freely, and probably my phone addiction probably did also lead to that, but I also probably do have ADHD, but a book I planned on reading, which I actually bought, which I don't have anymore, is Crime and Punishment. I wanted to read that. I started reading that. I liked the first chapter or so, and I just lost the book, so I might have to re-buy it. But the thing is, the reason I started reading that is because my best friend recommended it to me for the past couple of years. Um, yeah, no, I do like books, and I do think books are a very useful tool, and I do think books are absolutely great for the mind. But to be honest with you, I just can't focus for shit. And it's even the type of thing where it's like I don't even have TikTok anymore. I do have Instagram again. So I do watch some reels and stuff like that. But my attention span it definitely is getting better, but I do hope to be someone who does read. You know, like I think books are such a powerful tool in society, and like I don't like the fact that I do like fall into the people who fucking buy a book and don't read it. I do think being an author is such a beautiful thing, and I suppose it's just sad that it's kind of like losing its way in society. But I really do like poetry. But the thing is, I say I like poetry and stuff like that, but I like writing my poems. I don't really like reading poems, if that makes any sense at all. But I can think of the books I have read. I've read the Frank. What's her name? Because I don't want to say her name wrong because she is a hollow. Anne Frank. I read Anne Frank's diary when I was like 12ish. I tried reading Crime and Punishment. Do you know what book series I actually got quite far into reading? Pretty Little Liars, but that's because I absolutely loved the TV show growing up. So I tried reading it around 2 years back. I tried reading a book by Nietzsche. David Goggins' book is fucking phenomenal. And also if you like my content, I would recommend you watching Chris Williamson's podcast. I really like his podcast. Frank Gallagher is the man. Oh my god. Yeah, honestly, I fucking love UK Shameless. Honestly, even the US one was decent, but this is I like personally thinking that UK one fucking captured my heart altogether. Like I was there eating, breathing, sleeping it. Who on earth taught the Irish to read? Industrial society. They're not all thick. Wow, I'm not thick. I appreciate it. Yeah. Was Was Anne Frank good at hide and seek? That is the real question. She did get caught, but it took them a while. That's something I'm not gonna answer. But like, hey, some people have shitty humor. You know, eh, couldn't be me, cause I'm the best at everything. But we all know what you're thinking. What am I thinking? Hey, if you could actually see inside my mind, like you can never tell what's going on up there. Like when you ask me a question like, was she good at hide and seek, like what answer do you even necessarily want from me? Like it's the type of thing where it's like, not to make this like hyper serious or anything like that, because I do get you were trying to make a shitty joke, but like it's the type of thing where it's like, hey, I'm a fan of a dark joke here and there, but like can at least actually be funny, you know. But to look at food. So I assume you have a mind or a brain. Fucking hell, it's played hide and seek very well so far. See, the thing is, there's an ironic thing in life where it's like a lot of people, they don't have the capability to even realize how stupid they are. Like I consider myself stupid because that's how I know how many actually like full on intelligent people there is in society. Like there is Albert Einstein's, there's people with 200 IQ. There's people that generally they have twice my fucking IQ. I've never done an IQ test or anything like that, but it's the type of thing where it's like whatever I think I have like average intelligence, maybe below average intelligence. But the thing is, that's not what actually matters. How I take care of the people I love is what matters. How I show up for the people I care about is what matters. If I have a sense of fulfillment in my life, that's what matters. I will wholeheartedly say I am not the most intelligent person around. And some people can consider me stupid. I consider myself stupid. But I do think people who are hyper intelligent, they do have a lot of struggles in their life as a result of their high intelligence. So I don't necessarily even want that for myself. I wouldn't want to be someone who is so fucking intelligent they have to skip so many years in school. I wouldn't want that. Because like socially you get fucked altogether. God only knows. Their parents are probably going to be using me like, oh my god, this is my ticket. Oh my god, my kid's gone to Harvard. This is my ticket for a good life. You know? So hiya. You look so good. I don't know why. Um, just genetics. Really, I like to keep it real. And I do go to the gym a lot. But I did an IQ test. It was full of questions that made no fucking sense whatsoever. Um, to be honest with you, like knowing IQ and stuff like that, like obviously I get like so. See, controversial take. Right. I feel like the people who really pride themselves on like, oh, I'm such an intelligent person, I don't think they're actually intelligent. Like it's the type of person who's like, oh, I got 100% in the test or whatever. And it's the type of thing where it's like, does academic results actually indicate your intelligence, or does it indicate the amount of time you put into studying useless material? You know, like the only IQ test you should actually believe is the fucking are the ones of that you paid for. Like the actual ones you take in person. I wouldn't trust any of the online ones. But like it's the type of thing where it's like, is there even a need to know it? Like, would it actually make your life better if you like put your intelligence down to a number? And even when you think about it, like, is intelligence actually what matters? Like I feel like you're better off being in like kind of upper middle scale. Like I wouldn't want to have 200 IQ. I like genuinely I wouldn't want it, but then I wouldn't want to be like fucking I wouldn't want to have like Down syndrome level IQ. Like obviously there's nothing wrong with having Down syndrome, but it would just make my life significantly more difficult to have Down syndrome level IQ. Even like getting a job and stuff like that fundamentally in society would be way harder. And that just I already had life in a hard enough difficulty. I didn't need a fucking harder difficulty. How are you? I am borderline alive, you know? I do find it funny when people like obviously are trying to so heavily insult me, but my ego is just so fucking huge it doesn't affect me, you know? But I suppose it's just not expected for someone like me to have such stable self-esteem. Like a lot of people think I'm a narcissist, but the reality is that's just a lack of an understanding of what narcissistic personality disorder actually is. You know? Do you know what my therapist has said to me? She does call me intelligent a lot, but what I've realized is I don't like I think everyone like obviously I know everyone doesn't think the way I do, and I know everyone doesn't have as fast thoughts as me. Is that my bestie Hannah? Is that who I think it is? Is that my Shayla? Is that my Shayla? Oh my god. Hiya. That actually makes me so happy. I love you so much. I love you. I actually love you so much. Like, can't wait to see you. And hey, listen, I kind of got a couple of stalkers on here. So, hypothetically speaking, they asked for my location. Please do not dox me, okay? No, but like, I kind of just get bored. So, I kind of just like stream sometimes. But like, the thing is, like, people do watch them. So, yeah. What do you mean, like, someone like you? Um, Someone with weird ways of thinking. That's what I mean. Love you too, girl. Love you too, girl. Yeah. I don't know if you've noticed, but like I just start biting my nails when I get anxious. Kind of like a tick. Do I support the LGBTQ? Absolutely. Um, I don't really care what people get up to in their free time, and like I know some people don't like support them for like religious reasons, which I'm not necessarily going to comment on. But like it's the type of thing where it's like, hey, who people love doesn't affect me. Like, you know, yeah, like as long as they're consenting or whatever, I don't really give a fuck what they are. Yeah, now I'm strangely getting anxious. Whenever I bite my nail, it's like an anxious tick. You know. Cool. Fair. I'm a chill guy like that. I say I'm chill, but then like at the same time, like whenever I have like a thought or something I really get excited about talking about, I just go on like a fucking manic episode about it. Why are you anxious? Um, okay, see, it's this type of thing where it's like I used to suffer from like really, really bad anxiety, you know, and the amount of caffeine I drink and like in like my caffeine intake definitely does not help it. But it's just I don't know, it's something I used to struggle with. Like obviously I never got diagnosed, but like generally speaking, to be honest with you, like there's been many times where I've like absolutely bit my fingernails down to like the fucking like to the point where it's bleeding. There's like I start shaking sometimes and stuff like that. Like I have a lot of tics. Like obviously there definitely is something wrong with me. Like not like I feel like I definitely do have I definitely need to be diagnosed or something is what I'm basically trying to say. But it's just I have tics like that and I have jitters and I'd say I'm anxious. You know, like there's been many times where I've had anxiety attacks and stuff like that, and I don't really get them as much anymore. I just get the like odd nail bite and stuff like that. But it's like sometimes nothing inherently needs to trigger my anxiety. Like sometimes there's actually nothing that's actually making me anxious. It's just my own head and my own thoughts that make me anxious. And am I drinking water just so someone will be happy that I'm not going to be like I won't be dehydrated? Absolutely. You know. Okay, lads. I low key want to shower and sleep, so I'm gonna leave it here. You will definitely be seeing more of me, and I love all of you, especially my home girl Hannah. But this is where I say bye bye. If you have any like final things you want to say, I will give you like exactly 20 seconds. Bye bye.